Hello and welcome to episode 185 of First Geek 411. This week we got Doctor Who, Haunted Chocolatier, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the top 3 costumes we've worn. And I am joined by always by my best man, Chris Nicolay. Chris, how you doing today?
I'm good. Second time's always a charm.
Yeah, you know,
Second time is always better.
if at first you don't succeed, I hope
Try.
someone's in chat to let you know that the audio doesn't work.
It's very true, actually.
Shout out to Chunk.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you. Joining us, we got the Canadian herself. I don't know why I struggled with that. Shanine, how are you doing?
All right. Made it through Monday.
Gotta believe. And then all the way from sunny California, Emma, how are you doing?
It was a very rainy day here, so not so sunny right now. But can't complain because I love the rain.
I believe it's a statistically good guess to guess it's sunny in California.
Yes.
California needs more rainy days.
Yes, they do.
We do need more rain. So
been raining here,
today
too, though.
it
It's
rained
been
for most of the day, which was very good for the state of the world.
Fall
Like-
rain equals fog, and it's my favorite.
Listeners, as always, you can find us on our social medias as One Geek 411. You can join our Discord server if you want to hang out between shows. You can also send us an email at 1stgeek411@gmail.com. You can check out our website and show notes at onegeek411.com. You can watch live. Tell us when the audio doesn't work. 6:45 Mountain Time on twitch.tv/onegeek411. And then you can find our videos over on YouTube where you can like, comment, and subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff by searching for One Geek 411. And then, of course, you can rate and subscribe wherever it is that you listen to podcasts and check out our Redbubble store. Let's get into what we have been up to. Emma, I'm going to rate your things probably the most exciting. So what have you been up to?
I went back to Universal this weekend. So I went a little over a week ago for their Halloween night, and then I went back again to do their regular stuff, their all year round stuff, and it was a lot of fun. It's definitely a small park that you can do easily in a day, as long as you like plan accordingly. But their rides are a lot of fun, really well done. The Jurassic Park ride is fantastic. They've got some great dinosaur robots that are like super convincing and like just great. Highly recommend if you're ever in the area to at least like consider going for a day because it's a lot of fun. And then tonight after this, I'm going to see Dune with a group of friends. So still haven't finished the book, but I've been slowly trucking my way through.
Hey, you gotta believe.
If you're
So,
halfway through, you're probably set for the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, you finished the first part, right?
I finished the first third.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be
Isn't
fine.
that's all that
Yeah.
the movie is, right?
I
is
haven't
the
seen
first-
it yet. But
That's what I've heard
like
from
my,
people.
My understanding
Is
is like
that it's just the first
a
part.
portion, for sure.
Okay. So I've finished the first third of the book, pretty much basically. I might have like half a chapter left, but I read the summary up to the end of the first third. So like no biggie or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to go see it. Giant sandworms, maybe. And yeah, looking forward from there.
Shanine, what do you got?
Okay. I guess not as exciting as that.
I don't know.
but-
I like theme parks, and based on the pictures, this one didn't seem spooky, so I was
No,
excited.
This one was not
I was
spooky.
excited.
It was just regular fun. Nothing to scare Cameron.
We watched Only Murders in the Building, which I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It was really fun.
Did you watch all of it?
Yeah,
Dang.
it's not that long, and I
Yeah.
was sick. So
Is it really not that? I guess I've been waiting.
it's like
for
10
weeks,
episodes
so.
or something.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's
not-
also one of those shows where like you like read the description or whatever and you're like, it's probably fine. And then you start to watch it and you're like, this is a lot better than fine. Like
Yeah, well, I
It's-
I was like, it's
So worth
Steve
the
Martin
time.
and Martin Short. Like, it's got to be hilarious, no matter how like good it is. It was
Yeah.
actually really enjoyable. Highly
I've not
recommend.
heard of this. I assumed it was
It's on
because
Disney
it was.
Plus.
Yeah, I assumed it was
Actually,
because
it's
it
on
was
Disney
scary.
Plus in Canada.
So
It's a
that's-
Hulu
in the
original. It's on
States.
Hulu.
It's
in the States.
Hulu.
Yeah.
For us, Cameron.
Okay, I'll check that.
So yeah, it's great. It's well done. It's very enjoyable, very lighthearted.
Aside from the murders.
Aside from the
Aside-
murders, it's like a light-hearted murder podcast show. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. We got to play D&D this weekend.
Whoop.
Cameron asked how our weekend was, and I was like, I don't remember the weekend. But apparently I played D&D, so there was that.
Yeah. How's not Poppy doing?
Saphira, my paladin,
love that
one shot 3 guys.
Dang.
So that was fun.
Is that name inspired by anything?
Not
It
completely
is
unrelated.
inspired by Saphira being from a wealthy family.
Okay.
It's not a dragonborn.
Not a
No.
dragon.
No.
A dragon I wish I owned and had a friendship with.
And then speaking of D&D, Critical Role's campaign 3 started on Thursday, and it was super heckin' exciting. Liam and Ashley are playing their Exandria characters, and Robbie joined them, and I was like, ah, very exciting.
I heard the drama. I still need to start Exandria Unlimited. United.
Unlimited.
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 Okay. Oh, that's what I was like. And then like, wait. Then I was like, is this a soccer team? And yeah, so I just need to start it so that way I can like, keep up with campaign 3. Because if I know anything, it's if I get like a month behind, I'm just never watching.
Yeah, you don't have to have watched EXU to watch campaign 3.
I now have it pulled up so I can play it in the background while I'm doing other things. So I've been meaning to get into their stuff.
But yes, also highly recommend EXU because it's wonderful. And yeah, campaign 3, the first episode, their whole set and everything. I'm excited about everything. They have lights that change color, and they were freaking out about it, and I was freaking out about it, and it's just delightful.
Did you go see it in theater?
No, I don't
Wait,
know
in
if
theater?
we had that.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had. I think that was only in the States that happened. But yeah, they had the like premiere in the theater at a bunch
Dang.
of select theaters. Yeah,
Mhm.
that would have been awesome.
Shout out to, I think Avoided Ice in our chat went and saw it in theater. I think she was telling me,
Yeah.
if I'm remembering correctly. But Chris, what about you?
As for me, this weekend I went to the corn maze, as I mentioned I was going to do last week, and it was all right. It was fun. They gave us time frames for like, so there's 2 mazes at this place, like an easy one and a less easy one. And they're like, yeah, the easy one's about 20-25 minutes. The hard one's about 40 minutes to an hour. Got through the hard one in 20 minutes. And
Just going a straight line. Easy. Checkmate.
you didn't even have to do that. It was just moved. It was fine. It wasn't hot. It wasn't like the original, like last time I went to a corn maze was like when I was in high school, and I remember the chainsaw people, and I just hung out with them. But yeah, I definitely prefer a haunted corn maze. In the
My
evening.
favorite is when the scare actors adopt children.
But no scare actors at this one. Although like this is like almost a summer long thing, I guess, at this new place. I don't know. I was really confused driving out there because I was like, isn't it supposed to be on the left? And it's on the right, and it's past Townsend, and I was confused. all sorts of weird things.
In before Chris just went to the wrong corn maze.
I just went to someone's cornfield and there's actually just a chainsaw murderer there, you know? just,
It was so easy.
are
It
now
was
a
like it was
witness.
just a corn maze.
it was just a cornfield. And just hanging out with this guy that was in a mask.
The
and
pathways
chains-
were
had a
just straight
chainsaw.
lines, you know.
Yeah, it was so easy.
Turns out I was actually just hanging out with a serial killer. Okay. It's cool.
You know, made it out.
Yep.
Counts.
It's true. I lived. It makes it even more impressive. And last week I did finish the Andy Serkis, The Fellowship of the Ring recording, and it's phenomenal. So I had to go straight into the Two Towers because I like Ents, and I'm really excited for that part of the Two Towers. And that's for the most part what I've been up to. Nothing too exciting.
For
Yeah.
me, I'll go least exciting to most exciting. Started Back for Blood, which is like a zombie first-person shooter. It is indeed a video game. I haven't been able to play like a single online match without server issues, so that's great. Seems fun. Like I played through a couple missions on my own. But you can't earn one of the currencies unless you play like online, and I can't play online because I have server issues.
That's
So
annoying.
here we are. Yeah, so yeah, that's my review. Then a sharp increase in excitement between this and the whole rest of my list. Had some friends over Friday night and we played about like 6 hours of Commander. So that was awesome. And we played Plane Chase Commander,
Ooh. it's the
which
best.
was even more fun. So the idea is that you have a random plane in the middle, and they have these kinds of like effects that hit everyone. So like we all like almost died to the first one because we couldn't leave. And so like that was fun. Like the game almost killed all of us. But you know. And then yeah, it was a blast. Always good to jam some good games. And then I DM'd a one shot of D&D on Saturday for Chunk, Avoided Ice, and Average Gaming.
Did you
And
TPK?
so- nope, no TPKs. Also, plot twist.
Best part about one shots is you don't have to worry about TPKs.
Yeah, I completely misread one of the enemies. So like the one shot I've run is like kind of piratey themed. So I had them fight sea elves and then didn't realize that sea elves can only move 10 feet per turn. Like when they're on land. So that was fun. And yeah, but it was a
You're the
blast.
DM, you do you.
You do you, yeah. I mean, I just kind of
a
teleported them
homebrew.
closer to
It's a
the
homebrew.
to the party. I was like, and they're over here now. So, but yeah, that was a blast. Some cool characters, some good story development. It's like this one shot I've been workshopping for a while for a potential campaign. And then, Shanine, I hope you're ready
So
Finally.
ready.
because I finally watched Shazam.
Yay!
Finally.
And yeah, it's the most MCU DC movie I've ever watched.
I think that's why everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually good.
Yeah.
That's because
And-
the MCU actually knows what they're doing.
Right. Like it's like maybe people want to watch superhero movies because they're fun. Like not because they're like broody.
What?
Like it's one of those things that's like although I will say like there's some really weird like plot points in this as well as some very weird like tonal shifts that occur like throughout the movie where like the first like 30 minutes are definitely not a comedy and are like super sad, and then like you know lining up with a kid getting powers is when it becomes like silly and fun. And I did not realize how long that was going to take to get there, but it was great once it happened. Also pretty convinced that the wizard is the bad guy. Like he's just like grabbing, essentially kidnapping random kids and being like, hey, are you worthy? No, you're not. Get out of here. And he just kind of like obviously makes the villain. Like, it seems like you could have just done this literally any other way.
I mean, he's an ancient wizard. He doesn't adopt the standard society standards. Come on.
Yeah. It's just like one of like
I mean, just look at Gandalf.
Right.
Fair.
Right, but this would be like if Gandalf said to like Sauron, like, no, you'll never be good enough to take over the whole world, and just like straight up challenged the kid to do it. Like, but yeah, I like live tweeted my way through it. And so, yeah, really good. Excited for Shazam 2. Wish the rest of the DC movies would be more like Shazam. I wish Zachary Levi was the embodiment of my full potential.
Yep.
But alas. Yep. Let's get into the news. Emma, why don't you start us off?
Okay. So this is more of a reminder slash future news than anything else, but we have season 13 of Doctor Who finally showing up. Pretty excited. It returns on Halloween, so in less than a week. This is a slightly different sort of release pattern than what we've had in the past. Normally, if we get anything holiday related from Doctor Who, it's going to be either New Year's or Christmas related. But we are getting a season return on Halloween that is also Halloween themed. So this first episode involves Halloween, from what we know. All across the universe, terrifying forces are stirring from the Arctic Circle to deep space. An ancient evil is breaking free.
Plot twist, it's more Daleks.
Yeah. To no one's surprise.
Yeah. I didn't actually, I don't know if that's actually, but like that's just my assumption, is it's like we've killed all the Daleks for this season.
Yeah. For this season. Chibnall has sort of hinted at / used the term swarm in relationship to this season. I mention that because there is in Classic Who during the Tom Baker era an enemy called the Swarm, which is like a hive mind type virus thing, and fans are kind of wondering if he's bringing that back, because apparently there is a more long-term story in this season, like overarching story, rather than just like little episode things. I mean, that's been the case for a while, but like people are wondering if he's bringing back something from Classic Who. And they are also referring to this season as, they gave the season the name of Flux. Where they're gonna go with that / what their choices or reasons are for that choice, we don't know yet, but I guess we'll see where it goes. So that's my news. I'm pretty excited. Can't wait for Halloween to see it.
Chris, what do you got for us this week?
In terms of news, so just a quick Activision Blizzard lawsuit update. They have responded in sorts, trying to get the suit thrown out, the discrimination suit thrown out, saying that the Department of Fair Employment and Housing has engaged in ethical misconduct, believing that the certain people that were a part of the investigation on their end were previously employed by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and saying that's conflict based on previous information between the agencies. Pretty much saying that a lawyer who has formerly served as a public official or employee of the government shall not otherwise represent a client in connection with a matter in which the lawyer participated personally and substantially as public official or employee. So just trying to get around through technicality. Saddens me because I want that company to do well. Well, Blizzard portion specifically, but they did recently settle the previous one for 18 million, so that's a plus. Hopefully, some changes come out of that. But so we'll see what the courts determine, or if they just require like a change of personnel on the cases. But you know, corporate legalities happen all the time. It's how companies get away with things, loopholes. It's how they don't pay taxes. It's how they don't do a lot of things. So
Lawyer's gonna lawyer.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. But otherwise, we also got the announcement that the Stardew Valley creator has announced their next game, which is the Haunted Chocolatier. So trading in your farm for a now haunted ghost chocolate factory thing. I'm
Is it
interested.
the same style?
Yeah, same art
Mhm.
style or very
Same-
similar art style.
Yeah,
Great.
same
I'm ready.
game style and everything. Just kind of a
Sign me
new,
up.
probably
I'm
some
ready.
new mechanics, obviously new characters, new relationships to establish and go through. I'm kind of excited for this. I don't talk about Stardew Valley a lot, but it was a random one that I put a lot of hours in without realizing it, because it's a casual, chill game, and I used to just lay in bed and play it, and then
I
still
never really
logged
got.
a lot of hours.
I mean, I've never played Stardew Valley. It's just one of those that like I kind of missed, and then like I don't know. I've played like Harvest Moon and stuff like that in the past, and it's one. I think it's like one of those like genres where it's like, okay, I've played some. I've had my fill. Um, like even like Moonlighter was kind of in that same boat for me,
Mhm.
which was a lot more like combat focused, and I was just kind of like, the shop running portion of this just isn't that exciting.
right, a little more like tedious and monotonous.
Yeah, it's more simmy.
Yep.
But like Haunted Chocolatier looks really cool. I love the ghosts. So like this might be the one that like breaks me out of that and I like accidentally put a ton of time into.
Spoopy. No. One thing we don't know, we do not have a release date or even a release window yet. It's been in works for about a year, and we're just now getting some details. But hopefully we'll know more. It is a small development studio, but also kind of a simple game for the most part. So I'm excited. Gonna definitely jump in on this when it comes out finally.
Same. Yeah, I really like Stardew Valley. It's a bit of a faster pace than something like Animal Crossing, because you do have like the time frame of a year within like, I don't know, hour and a half, however the timing works out or whatever. But it is a nice change of pace in terms of those kinds of games. Because it's not just farming; you can like go and explore mines and do stuff. So I'm excited for this to see, because it's a different, like, you're running a business instead of a farm or whatever. It's a different format within the same style and everything. So I think it'll be fun.
I just want to see who everyone romances. Can you romance one of the ghosts?
Asking the real questions.
Yeah,
Important questions.
never hurts to try.
So Shanine, between us, we've got a Guardians of the Galaxy double feature. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I will go first. So tomorrow, as of recording, the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy video game drops. And so today was the like review embargo. I think it's sitting around like 8s is typically what's happening there. Have any of y'all kept up with the game? And if so, are you looking forward to it?
No. Well, like a little bit here and there, but I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. I'm excited to watch some gameplay of it, but it's not one I'm getting right away. Mostly like seems like a pretty linear game, but mechanics and gameplay look really good.
I'm pretty neutral on it. We'll probably watch some gameplay, but might not get it for myself anytime soon.
I don't know. I think I saw like announcements for it at 2 different events, and it looked pretty cool. I think it's kind of fun that the characters are more based off like the comics than the movies, just on their design and stuff. I don't know. It looks fun. I might look into playing it. Maybe we'll see.
It's basically where I am. Like, I'm really excited, and I'm really that it is reviewing well. Like, it's the type of game that like I fully expected to be like the like, well, it is indeed a game, and there are indeed Guardians of the Galaxy in it. But I'm pretty excited that like that it is doing well. It has good reception. Like, it seems like the type of game that I'm going to pick up on sale, really like, and then buy like the sequel day and date, like when it comes out. I like that they took the approach that you only play as Star-Lord. Just from that mechanic side of like, you don't have to worry about how do all these other characters play. You can just have it be one person.
I feel like that
And-
definitely helped with production too,
Right.
like, or development, because they only had to worry about one character.
Right. And it's like, it makes your level design, I don't want to say easier in the sense that like all game design is hard, but like it makes your level design easier when you don't have to worry about how all these different characters can navigate the world. It's like, that's kind of the weird thing of like watching people play Avengers, where it's like Iron Man can fly, but like also Black Widow has to like navigate this with like a grappling hook. And then like you kind of just get like weirdness like that. So having it like locked to one character makes it much easier to just have a consistent feel for the world. But if you're in chat and you're planning to get it, let us know. We'll chat about that in the post-show chat. And then from a console perspective, we have or know of 5 active Marvel franchises. We have Spider-Man, Avengers, Guardians, Midnight Suns, and Wolverine. Then there's kind of 6 if you count Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, and kind of 7 if you count Lego. And
Lego was like a half, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
and I think for both of those, they're kind of in the boat of like, we could see another Ultimate Alliance and we could see another Lego, but like it's kind of like its own thing in that regard. And so with all of those, are there any of the specific, I guess for the 3 that aren't released, for the new Spider-Man, Midnight Suns, and Wolverine, like which one of those are you most excited for?
I mean, I'm excited for Wolverine just because I like Wolverine. I don't actually know what the gameplay is for it.
To be fair, none of us do. So
Like,
Yeah, like it was literally just an early announcement.
like
And
there's some. I feel like that's a concept that lends well to games, just in terms of both the X-Men in general and like Wolverine is a concept that lends well to games and gaming. Like his like whole thing revolves around fighting, if they want to go that route, or like genetic mutations even. That's a whole concept that can really lend well to the platform. They don't have to bend and stretch the concept in order to make it fit. It is, of course, a matter of like actually then doing it justice and doing it right. But they're starting from a good basis of like it's a character idea that lends well to the platform.
I don't have any strong opinions about any of these. Probably just like in general, the Spider-Mans are my personal favorite so far. Focus on a single carrier. There's a lot of continuity between the different games and DLCs thus far. not sure what we'll see from future Guardians, but yeah. Or we're playing some Ultimate Alliance, but it's like
Wolverine is being done by the same people who did Spider-Man, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm excited for that one because I watched my husband play Spider-Man and the story was just like so good. So from that perspective, I'm really looking forward to what they do with Wolverine.
For me, I mean, I anticipate Spider-Man being the one that like playing I'm going to enjoy the most. But and this is going to kind of tie in with my next question, but like, I'm so interested in what Midnight Suns is going to be. Like, it's like the tactical, like, you have all these different characters from like throughout Marvel. You have these different takes on them. So be a little different. You have a new character. You have a new like this new like it's not the like Xavier Institute, but you have this like giant mansion. Like that's all your characters' home base. Like I'm just super interested in what that's going to actually play like, and like because I feel like that's the one that's the most out there in terms of like we know how Spider-Man's going to play, and we probably know how Wolverine's going to play.
Mhm.
And then like Midnight Suns is kind of the most different. And that kind of ties in, I said, with my next question of like, are there any other specific characters or teams you would like to see get a video game? For a long time, I would have said, I want a tactical X-Men game. Like that was kind of one of my go-tos of like, I loved, was it X-Men Legends, X-Men something? It was the precursor to Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I really liked those games and get to focus on that like smaller cast. And I really like the idea of like what it would be like to actually play a turn-based strategy game as the X-Men. I don't know if we're going to do that or get that unless Midnight Suns does crazy well and they decide to pivot. But with hopefully mutants being added to the MCU, we're kind of back on the table to get a lot of good treatment that we haven't really gotten from them in a while. So, yeah. What about y'all? Any other characters or teams you're excited for?
I'm just excited to see how these come out. Like I don't
just here to
ask for
have
a
fun.
lot. Yeah. I don't ask for a lot when it comes to video games. Like I'm not the most difficult to please. The only area in which I am going to be a little bit difficult to please is Horizon Forbidden West because so near and dear to my heart, as we all know. They just have to do it well. But other than that, I'm just here to have fun. Like, let's see how it goes and go from there.
Yeah, for the most part, when it comes to Marvel lineups, I'm okay just consuming the MCU. Like, I don't need video games.
Bold.
I mean, the video games are a recent addition. Like, I'll read the comics and watch the movies. I got enough video games on my backlog. Yeah, it's just like I don't get excited as much for the like even if it is a separate storyline. Like in general, the Marvel video games, I'm just like, okay, they're a thing. And maybe that's one reason like I'm more pro the Spider-Man games is because they're like a contented like the rights are in contention for the most part, so it's like you know there's so many different parts and like okay, but maybe that's my official unpopular opinion.
I don't know. Like I'm not super into the video games either, but like I'd probably play a WandaVision one.
Like a WandaVision Sims game is what I have in my head. Of like you're like making the sitcom as you go, and then like the jumping to the different time frames is like whenever you upgrade the house, and then it turns into like a third person shooter in the final act.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, you never saw that coming.
By the way, there's a big bad evil guy in this. There's a BBG. Shoot him.
And then Shanine, what do you got for us, Guardians wise?
All right. So for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we have had Adam Warlock. Is announced to be played by Will Poulter. And when this news came out, I tweeted that my husband was excited that we were going to see Adam Warlock, and I was just really excited that it was going to be played by Eustace. So
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen Will Poulter act. Like I know the memes, and like that's why I'm excited for this, because we got like a lot of good memes. But I don't know if I've ever actually like seen him in anything.
you haven't seen Voyage of the Dawn Treader?
Oh, maybe.
In general, he's definitely not who I pictured for this role.
I feel like I must have seen Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
I'm a little disappointed. But I am excited that we officially know Adam Warlock is real.
Yeah. So yeah,
Long forgotten end credit scene.
I was gonna say the character was teased back in 2017 in the post-credit scene of Guardians 2. So yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah.
It's a long setup, but we finally got there.
Yep. And as to what you were saying, Chris, when I was Googling this information, there was literally an article being like, with Will Poulter's new look, fans are not as concerned about him playing Adam Warlock. Apparently he's done some superhero beefing up.
Yeah, I'm probably still going to
Shanine,
see the doofy face from Meet the Millers or whatever it is. Yeah.
Emma, I think you're muted.
It's not the scrawny little Eustace anymore.
He still has a flat face.
You know, he does have a flat face. You know?
I don't know. I think he is like a really great actor though. So I'm excited to see what he does with the character.
I think it's one of those things that at this point in the MCU, like anytime that we have a major character, like there's no way that it's like this is the only person we had interview or like audition for it. Like there's definitely a reason like that he got this part. So like it's just kind of at that point where like I'm like, if this is what James Gunn thinks, like it's one of those that is going to be
sure
good.
it's going to be great, but I'm just
I mean, they at this point they have half of the powerhouse population of Hollywood already in the MCU. So
they're
like,
just running out of people, honestly.
They're just running out of people that they can hire into the MCU. So like,
or they don't want to like pick the wrong it's like we have ideas for these big names, so we can't put them in these roles.
Yeah. So they've already hired half. They have plans for a
like
third of the other half.
Yeah.
Like
this is the role we want them in.
Yeah.
Eventually we'll just recast people as other roles within the MCU.
Yeah.
Like when we get the Fantastic Four back, like literally just bring back in Chris Evans again.
That would make me
Ignore the fact that it looks a lot like Captain America. God.
But that
I would
Captain America's
love it.
retired, so they bring him back as the Torch.
I would love that so much. They got to make like, especially if they just like don't reference it.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I mean, this person's obviously like now Mr. Fantastic or whatever. But like
Kill them off and bring them back. You are owned by the MCU now, actually. It's like, yeah, your characters. Yeah, that doesn't mean you're like, go. We got this character for you now.
We got plans for it.
Yeah.
So that is our news segments for this week. We got some announcements, and then we will hop into the top 3 costumes that we have worn. So, Shanine, we got some exciting news for stream tomorrow.
Woohoo! Playing Phasmophobia. Me and Cameron and Emma. Chris
Am I going to
never
have
responded,
literally
so
all
I
the
don't
lights
know.
on? in
Well,
the
it's
apartment?
Tuesday,
Yes.
so I have commanders. So it's my commander night.
Well,
I'll tune in to watch.
you
though.
can be the ghosts.
You can be the gun.
Who are you?
I'm just gonna follow. If I'm a ghost, I'm just following Cameron.
don't say things like that.
Now he's gonna be watching his back the entire
Yeah.
night.
I fully anticipate regretting agreeing to this.
Yes.
Like, there's
I-
like, yeah, this is not going to go well for me.
I played it last year and I am almost regretting suggesting it, but also I'm excited.
Like,
in a
not
bad
gonna
way.
lie, if Deanna was gonna be back, I would definitely team up with her and have her like turn the lights out on you and.
Nope.
On it.
Whole lot of nope for that. Nope.
No, this is definitely a lights on game.
Yep. Yeah, not a fan.
I
Not a
wish I'd
fan.
mess with Travis and get
Yeah.
get him the.
Yeah, we don't do like reacts
No.
content or anything like that. That's just not really like our brand. But I fully anticipate this being the like person screams like a girl, like, and it was me. So we'll see. What other streams do we have this week?
I believe I should be returning to streaming, jumping back into some Final Fantasy 14 in preparation for Endwalker. Officially going to start hitting that hard now that I have some scheduled time free, maybe. We'll hope.
I might play a little bit on Friday.
And then I should be streaming on Sunday. Not 100% sure what at this point. Might be doing more Magic. We'll see. Definitely not likely to be doing Back for Blood. So here we are. Might play more Last of Us. So we'll see. And then on Thursday, 6:45 Mountain Time, we have our next book club, Midnight at the Barclay Hotel, by Fleur Bradley. And so really excited to do that. I started reading it yesterday.
Mild
So-
spoops.
Yeah, it'll be fresh in my mind.
It's like an hour
I'm
read.
almost done. Yeah.
That's really fast.
Yeah.
A half-hour read.
Oh, I mean, I wish I read that fast. That's definitely
Yeah.
not the case.
I don't read that fast, but
I didn't read it that fast, but
No.
it is a fast.
Chris will read that fast, but the rest of us will take a little longer.
Maybe like 2 hours, to be honest. I think it's still not long.
And I think I read like 130 pages in an hour.
Oh yeah.
I know the audiobook is 4 hours, so I figure I can read 4 times as fast as people can read to me.
That's aggressive.
It's true.
Aggressive reading.
Quite aggressive reading.
Let's get into our top 3 list of the week. Emma, you brought pictures. Well, I mean, they're in the Discord, but
Well,
you brought
Oh.
pictures.
those
think
were
it's fun.
honorable mentions. I have some pictures. I did not give them to Chris. but
Shanine
if
did
Chris
send me
wants them,
pictures.
Oh,
I can send pictures to Chris for some of my options.
I can save these ones.
well then, if Shanine has pictures, do we want to start there? Go for it,
Sure.
Shanine.
Okay. My first one is I went through a big time pirate phase.
Some people say you're still in a big time pirate phase.
It was more. It was a lot. All pirates all the time.
I
And
need to find a
it-
picture. Which one is it?
the pirate one, Christopher.
I'm
The
sorry.
one that looks like a
they have
pirate.
weird names. I didn't name them. Sorry.
But yeah, I had like a red scarf around my head and a scarf tied around my waist and like a grungy looking pirate shirt and of course a foam sword. So
There we go. That foam sword like really ties it all together.
I mean, if it wasn't
Yeah.
for the foam sword, I wouldn't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
also pirate boots.
Which aren't. Oh, wait.
Can we enhance?
Enhance. Here's the whole picture. There we go. It's a weird aspect ratio, okay?
We did not get consent from the other person to use their picture, and so
Yes.
Protect the innocent.
yes. Okay. I did not bring pictures. Some pictures of me are all over the internet, like my profile picture. So I'm gonna give shout outs, to cosplay stuff. So Aang and Peter B. Parker, two of the cosplays that I have done. Although I haven't technically done either for a Halloween, so like there's that. We'll talk about that, I guess, a little bit later on my list. But yeah, some of the best parts of cosplay is that it gets to always be Halloween, wherever you go.
Wherever you go.
Chris, what do you have?
So I couldn't find any pictures. I tried really hard too, but I don't know where they were. I thought I recently remember seeing some, but I could not find them. So we'll go just kind of most recent to earliest. Most recent was Aizawa. Sleepy Aizawa in the sleeping bag, specifically, because it's really easy to throw together. And perfect for convention if you go out to a party the night before, because your eyes are bloodshot anyway from being so tired.
Yeah, you're
There
just
you
always
go.
ready. And worst case scenario, you nap in line.
Yeah, although a sleeping bag does get pretty warm.
Yes.
Yes.
Although apparently what I needed was a toboggan on top of that. Noted for Christmas. There's certain images where but Mr. Aizawa. Eraserhead.
Okay, Emma, back to you. Or yes, to you.
To me. I, much like Shanine, also have done some piratey stuff in my day. My pirate costume has grown over the years to have like 2 different complete looks, of which they're just
Oh,
I like pirates, so they're just fun. And yeah, so
we got
pirates.
a picture. Oh,
we got a picture from like
Except
the
for
very start of my
why
pirate phase.
is it not rotate?
It's okay. We'll just turn our heads.
Yeah, just turn your heads. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait. No, that's not right.
The start of my pirate phase. I still have the boots, which I still wear. They're like these cool like leather patchwork boots, which are super cool. And I have an updated hat and a vest with a pirate flag hand sewn on the back and everything. So it's one of my favorite random collection outfits. So it's all stuff you can get at a Goodwill and go from there with.
Shanine,
I don't know why it's doing that. That's
back to
dumb.
you.
Okay. My next one is Tinkerbell. I don't know. That was probably one of the costumes I have been most proud of. I got a green dress from the thrift store and chopped up the bottom and my I don't know, cute buns are like really hard for my hair, and this bun worked out perfectly the first try and stayed all night. So it was just a great costume all around.
Very
Boom.
nice. So my next costume, I'm gonna call Chaos, which is, I guess like 3 Halloweens ago, where I dressed up in my Buddy the Elf Christmas sweater that talked. And I just used that as an excuse to hit the button and have it talk all throughout the evening. I don't know. I feel like there's like just like that part of me that's like, I could dress up as Aang for this, or we just get ready to celebrate Christmas. Because remember, Christmas isn't a time of year; it's a mindset. And so,
Love the energy.
yeah. And so it just seemed like it was a great idea at the time. Was it? Maybe. Probably not. But I had fun, and that's really what counts. Chris?
My next one is obviously Swordmaster Sokka. There is pictures that I could have found, actually. Those ones are a lot more recent. But I was just really set on finding my number one. But Swordmaster Sokka, because obscurity and got to be a real Avatar fan to know. And also he has a lightsaber now, so. True. Space Sword 2.0.
Still a space sword, still counts.
Yep, Space Sword 2.0. That's all you need to know.
Him?
My number 2, there is also a picture. So all of my top 3 picks are picks because there's some kind of proud accomplishment in them, involved with crafting. And so my number 2 is the 11th Doctor, because Doctor Who, love Doctor Who, but
Wait, what?
new stock. But I threw in a 4th Doctor homage and knit the entire 12-foot scarf into the outfit, which I still hold near and dear to this day. I knit the entire thing myself, and yeah, so I ran around campus as the 11th Doctor with this giant scarf that I knit. So
Knitting,
yeah.
that's like next level. Well done.
Yeah. All the commitment. So that's my number 2. Handmade scarf. Yes, I watched a lot of Netflix while I knit. So still have leftover yarn. Could probably make another one if I really wanted to, but there's no reason to do that. So
You don't need 2 12-foot scarves. That would just be excessive.
do I?
I feel like any scarf you buy should be at least 12 feet.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah.
Janine, what's your number 3?
Okay, my last one is Captain Hammer.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Oh, that's great.
yeah, and my friend was Dr. Horrible. It was
I
at
knew
a
this
Young Life
picture.
event, and nobody else knew who we were, but we were having a great time.
Again, big shout out to covering the person's face. We respect other people's privacy on this podcast.
Yeah.
That is one of my
feel
favorite
like
things.
Captain Hammer is definitely not a Young Life character.
No, but
It was
oh,
great.
man.
You have to have
That's
a
awesome.
very specific Young Life crowd.
Yeah.
And I wish that was the Young Life crowd.
Yeah, honestly, that is our Young Life crowd.
That kind of Young Life crowd is
It's
very
easy
hard
to find
come
Young Life
across.
leaders like that. It's the Young Life
Yeah.
Young Life kids that are harder to find.
We molded those kids into our image.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear.
Good.
So for me, I have an honorable mention. I started doing Ren Fair costume stuff this past year, getting a pirate costume. And my goal, I'm going to cosplay Pirate Spider-Man is one of my goals.
Ooh.
And so we're working there. That one's a ways away. And so we'll get there eventually. And so I actually, wanted to include one on this list that I actually wore as a child. And that was when my dad made me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles costume when I was like 4 years old. And I still remember it. I don't know if we have pictures, so I didn't look for them. But I think Chris and I did a topic kind of similar to this. And then I attributed it to my mom making the costume and then was then corrected by her that my dad had actually made it. So
Crazy.
so props to him for putting that together. Like I said, still remember it. Still an awesome costume.
I love franchise / genre crossovers, like a Pirate Spider-Man.
Yeah, we'll get. I got to get a cool hat. That honestly, that's really the thing I'm missing is a cool hat and boots, and I can probably do it.
It's the hard part.
Someday. Yeah,
Get the tri-horn.
Just gotta spend money.
My third and final one, and probably one of my favorite ones, is Quail Man from Doug. Easiest costume ever, but also very iconic, but also easy way to pick out of the crowd all the millennials. Ruined one of my good belts, but worth it. Trying to fashion that into the belt loop up top. But then just cargo shorts, oversized pair of underwear, green sweater, and a Q. Boom. Quail Man. Highly recommend.
10 out of 10.
That's the picture I was seriously looking for. It was looks so hard. I have no idea where it was. I thought it was on Facebook at some point, but apparently not.
I want to see this picture if you ever find it.
I tried. I hopefully it'll show up sometime, but it's like it was not in my memories. I went through every picture I've uploaded to Facebook apparently, and nothing. So it's not on Instagram. I'm not even sure when I did it.
You just know that you did at some point.
I've done it twice, I'm pretty sure. First time was definitely in high school. I just don't remember the year. Maybe it was on MySpace. No.
Shout out to MySpace.
Open your old account back up just to find this picture.
Emma, what do you got?
My third is my elf princess dress / outfit. Because I made it myself, plus I love it. It was really difficult to make. It was more difficult than it looks to make. I actually have it here along with the picture. There's the bathroom selfie, but like the
Classic
sleeves
bathroom
alone.
selfie.
Classic bathroom selfie. The sleeves alone have these rows of buttons and loops that were super difficult to do, but I'm just super proud of it because I made it. So it's one of my proudest accomplishments in making things. So it's my third choice because I put a lot of work into it and I love it. So yeah. I like to show it off because I'm just so proud of my skills.
And then I want to give a shout out to Chunk the Hut, who posted a picture of him in our Discord as Michelangelo. Made a paper mache shell, dyed green long johns, orange plastic strips, and a pair of Ninja Turtle sneakers with egg cartons glued for the toes. So if you have any pictures of yourself in a favorite Halloween costume, feel free to drop those over in our Discord, just like Chunk did, especially as we get close to spooky season. So if you find those pictures, feel free to share them around. And so we did not discuss what are next week's top 3. So we are going to do one that Emma threw in chat earlier today, and that's our top 3 super specific movie genres. So Emma, do you want to define what is a super specific movie genre?
So I thought of this because I was looking up archaeology adventure movies. And I was like, I want to watch an archaeology adventure movie. So that's just what I mean by super specific. Like, so like you can go like slasher movies can be considered specific because they're like technically horror, but then they're a specific kind of horror movie. So like not just like, oh, I like horror movies or oh, I like science fiction. Like, is there a specific kind of science fiction movie that you really like and there's just not enough of out there? So like adventure movies that involve archaeology and science fiction or whatever, like super specific movie genres.
I like it. And we should be back to discuss that next week. And listeners, as always, let us know. We'll hopefully a certain someone will remember to do posts about it ahead of time, unlike the top 3 costumes. So, and you can hopefully find that post over on our social media as One Geek 411, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Hang out in the Discord. And you can share those pictures of you in your favorite Halloween costumes. Send us an email at 1stgeek411 and check out that Redbubble store. Catch us live Monday nights, be part of that post-show chat like the one we are about to have. And then you can also find the videos over on our YouTube. And you can rate, subscribe wherever it is that you listen to wherever it is that you listen to podcasts. And then check out our show notes on our website, onegeek411.com. I'm Cameron, and you can find me on my personal social. Oh man, made it really like far into the episode until the outro. I'm Cameron, and you can find me on my personal social media. I'm Humar Whittle.
I am not prepared with an I on all platforms.
I'm the Hoot and Howl on Twitter and Hoot and Howl Tales, TALES on Instagram.
And I'm not so foreign with a 4.
And it's with a 4 and an N.
And an EIGN. NOTSO 4 EIGN.
And it's been a great week.
Wash your hands.
Read a book.